What up, team? Hi, everyone. I'm going to put these lights off now. I'm thinking about it. That way I don't have to worry about them in 10 seconds. And yeah, I guess let's make a fantastic painting. I was watching some YouTube last night. It's something I like to do. And the guy that I last saw, this guy was fun. Everyone else that I was watching, I remember, they were all like, oh yeah, take your collage pieces out and this and that for intuitive type of work. And this guy was just like painting on cardboard, which I thought was the coolest thing ever. And he talked a lot about just painting your feelings. I mean, this guy was just basically spreading cardboard to the surface there, really simply. But yeah, like I said, he talked a lot about painting your feelings and, what's going on in your head and everything. And, like with anything, when you watch it last, it kind of sticks with you. So, that's why I don't like to watch horror films at night. Or anything that might be like really bad. I'm more into comedies at night, which is, it's just my thing. I actually had a visit last month, and well, here she's thinking, oh yeah, stay up and watch movies, and I have HBO Max because I'm a wrestling fan. So, she would go and find movies on there, and the movie she found was like the Batman saga, Batman sort of movies were all on. And, childhood me would have stayed up and watched these no problem, and I think I did stay up for the first Batman. But after that, it's they start to get like dark, and especially when you get into like the more modern ones, you really start to get dark there. So, I would just go to bed whenever Batman would come on. Like I said, that's kind of a weird thing for me to say because I'm normally not that type of person, but in this case, yeah. But yeah, back to this, intuitive painting and just getting in touch with your feelings there. And I don't know why I put all that red there, except for the fact that I have been probably a bit more angry than needed. Probably the same for the black. I've been angry and sad and feeling blue, but not like too much, I guess. Deep in it. What I have here, this is a 8x10 canvas. I have some paints that I've already mixed up here from before, and I'm just kind of throwing them onto the surface to see if I can get any sort of reaction out of them. I thought about actually doing this with the purple first originally, and I'm kind of wishing that I had. In fact, I'm going to put some purple on the outside of this here just to kind of hold it in. I mean, I know that's going to go away, but, and I'm not going to use a lot of colors on this thing. It's this small canvas. Glitter paint. So that's why I use like glitter paints, and, craft glitters and craft glow in the darks, and it's like, hey, it's cheaper and you get so many vibrant colors out of it, so many options, just stuff that you're not going to get from your normal Michaels type, Michaels that sells crap paints, but you know, your normal golden paints are not going to have this many of the options per se, as far as colors and all of that you would get from the sets here. So yeah, let's go with it. I'm about at the end of these paints too, which is good. I actually have some lined up over on the corner. I moved them all off the table just so that I could make this, because you know, sometimes you just have to, you just gotta do, you know, I mean, you just can't let the thing sit inside of you. How would I describe it here? It's like I'm sitting in online Bible study and the person's talking about the gifts. We all have spiritual gifts, and you know, they're saying that the gifts need to be used, because otherwise, you know, if they're not used, then they're just being wasted. And if they're just being wasted, they may go to someone or something else. And it's like, well, yeah. If I don't take the time myself to, you know, hey, let me look up some of these pink colors that I have and see if there's something that I can do with it, then the next person's going to get this sort of love here, this sort of joy, and you know, the gift will go to them. So I'd say these are intuitive enough. And all these paints are kind of the older paints that I'm using, you know. If you've watched the channel at all, you already know the colors and everything. Like I said, I'm just kind of experimenting to see what comes out of me, really. Excuse me. I think I still have a little bit of white that I could use to swipe this with. But yes, I do want to redo. Actually, I don't know. I don't know. I almost got this. I get so like, what do I want to do with these things? And then I end up kind of doing the same old a lot of times. And it's like, But I will likely end up trying some new things in the next, you know, couple of weeks, because like I said, I do have some new paints sitting around. They just need to be mixed up, and I just need to, you know, get the time, energy. It's more energy right now than time, I guess. But get myself into a place where I can mix them. If you're asking why I haven't mixed them yet, well, I haven't really felt like mixing lately. Like I mentioned in the start of the video, I haven't really been feeling happy. It's been more of a depression lately. And I know that I'm in a depression when, oh God, what are my signs? I came home Thursday and haven't showered since. That's a good sign. Yeah, today's Sunday, which is my normal painting day. And granted, you know, I might, you know, skip Saturday and shower after, you know, a paint and workout session on Sunday, because the thought is, hey, you know, you made yourself a little bit of a mess, you know, got yourself a little bit of a sweat. But that's normally if I just have 2 days off. You know, I only showered Thursday because I took Thursday off for an appointment. What I thought was going to be like an errand ended up being an errand. just one instead of multiple. Not sure I'm gonna like this. Yeah, that was what happened my Thursday. I was just kind of giving myself some freedom there. I do kind of like this. I mean, it is an explosion of color. I get some happiness out of it. You know, I do like the movement here especially. Something that I do kind of like. You know, this is one of those where if you're into balloon kisses, you know, you're definitely invited to do so. If you're into, you know, adding in line details, you're invited to do so. And if you're in the glow in the dark, you're invited. Which I am. So this is the glow version of it. You know, the appointment that I took off Thursday was for my therapist. And I guess this is the point where I say if you are, you know, in your struggle, you know, try to talk to someone, family, friend, counselor, preacher, whatever, you know. So yeah, you know, because it is one of those things, you know, we do kind of need each other and it helps us. So yeah, I'm gonna clean this up real quick and probably go on that record that's underneath, you know, something different, maybe just a balloon or whatever. But thank you all for tuning in. Remember, light will break through darkness. You know, in any situation that we're going through. So if you're, you know, feeling darkness in your life, like I've been feeling a lot of darkness in my life, just know that a little color will break through, a little light will break through. And even in your darkest times, a little light will break through. All right? Let's take some photos. Deuces.